Welcome YouTube to episode 1 of the Sunday Supplement with your host Robbo Vapes. What's up YouTube, this is Robbo Vapes coming in live from my studio. Today is the first episode of the Sunday Supplement. This is going to be a weekly show that I'll be conducting on a Sunday evening from about just after 8 o'clock due to work reasons. This is going to be me just discussing my latest entries for the week, what I've purchased, what I'm thinking about. So we'll get started under that. So welcome to the Sunday Supplement presented by Robbo Vapes, and we're going to kick things off with the plan for this week, which is the E-Leaf Istick Challenge. We are going to be doing a full charge tonight, and then from 8 o'clock in the morning we are going to be using this as much as possible and finding out just how long we can get off one charge at 13 watts using a mouth to lung tank. So this will hopefully show people just how much battery life they can get off one charge using this device, which you can pick up from most shops at the moment, probably for about £30. I purchased it off Amazon for about £29.50, and for a mouth to lung tank on this, I mean, I've used it with some of my sub-ohms and got a couple of days out of it. So we are going to be finding out just how much battery life we can get off one charge using the Beyond Vape Solo at 13 watts. So I've been using this all weekend. I charged it up last on the Thursday, and we're just at the, if you can see, get focus. We're just, if you can make it out, we're just on the halfway point, and that's from Thursday. So I easily think from a full day charge, full night charge, should I say, tonight, I reckon we can get this possibly to Saturday. And that's just my hopeful expectations. So I'll be doing updates throughout the week, but I probably would, I might just save it for next week and just show all the videos of me testing it out, showing, giving you days updates on how much this was run by. Because I personally think this, for a starter kit, you get a decent mouth to lung tank on there, decent battery like that. I think that's what everybody wants really, because nothing worse when you buy a new vape device, especially when you've just started vaping, and you're using it all day, you're loving it, you're loving being off the cigarettes, and then boom, just like that, you got to charge it. And some of these devices can take about a good 2 to 3 hours to charge. So I think for a kit like this, I mean, I do 12-hour shifts through my job, so it gets used. And that has lasted me since Thursday, and I've done Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12-hour shifts, and I'm at the halfway point. And this week I'm doing Monday. I've got Monday off, which will be obviously charge it up. I'll be using it on my day off, and then I'll be working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all 12-hour shifts. So it's going to be getting used this week. So I'm hopeful, and then Saturday's my first day off. I am hoping by Saturday we will still have a little bit battery life, and I'll be showing my results in next week's episode. Right, so that's the Istick challenge out of the way. So keep up to date with that. Next on the agenda I'm going to discuss is coil life, and how I think certain e-juices can either ruin coil life, or if you've got like a real decent mix, you could go. I mean, for example, I've got the Donut King from Chef's Vapor in the Aspire Cleto 120. This was made by my own mix at 70 VG mix, zero nicotine, high VG, and this has lasted me 3 months. 3 months, and it's still got the same flavour as when I first installed it. Compared to that, I mean, last year when I was on holiday, for instance, I'd run out of juice. So I was in Cornwall. I needed to find a vape shop. I can't remember what vape shop it was, but I stopped in there to get some juice. I think it was like a donut flavour. It was very syrupy. God knows what was in that. I know it was like 15 quid for a box of three 10 ml bottles. That's for sure. And it was a 3 milligram strength nicotine, and I was using it with my. I think it was one of my Crown SE1s, and it literally destroyed 2 coils. It destroyed one that had been in there for ages, and it also destroyed a fresh installed coil. I mean, this was so thick, it was literally like syrup, and that destroyed 2 coils. So I literally had nothing but dry hits off it. I mean, it literally got a little bit of flavour. It just tasted so sweet. It was too much, and basically I went home. The end of the holiday, I was going home. I had nothing to vape on. I had nothing. I was literally, it was hell. So when I come back, luckily I had some juice at home. So I threw away that whatever juice that was. But compared to the juices I have been buying, they've all been really good mixes. Yeah, they're nice and smooth, consistent, and it can help bring out the flavouring and make your coils last longer, because there's nothing worse than when you have to buy new coils. The first day of using that new coil, depending on what juice you're using, and then by lunchtime you're getting dry hits, your coils are burnt out. I mean, I know that there's been cases where people have bought a bad batch of coils, and I can appreciate that at all. But I generally think that there is, depending on what juice you're using and how it's been made, what's in it. Is it just got the flavour in? Is it just got the PG, the V, or is there other artificial sweeteners? Whatever else, circulus, whatever it's called. That is. There's nothing worse than your coil dying a death. But yeah, so I've been using that the coil in the Clio 120. It's still going strong. I have no desire to change it. Hopefully I can get a couple more weeks out of it, really. Yeah, but hopefully that can give some people some help. I mean, I used to use, I think it was V Juice actually. I used to use their strawberry milkshake flavour. I haven't bought any since for a while, because I've been making my own strawberry milkshake flavours, and theirs was a very good juice. I mean, I got coils for months out of that stuff, and so I definitely recommend picking up some like V Juice. They do some really nice flavours. I think they've got a donut flavour. They've got a strawberry milkshake flavour. I think they even had something where I tried called moose juice, and it just sounded weird, and it tasted a bit weird, to be honest, but it got me through not smoking. So yeah, so I definitely recommend, when you're buying juices, to read reviews, take as much research into the company as much as possible. If anybody starts saying that it's killing their coils, I definitely recommend staying away from them, because there's nothing worse than buying a new juice. You like the taste of it for about 30 seconds, and you realise it's destroyed your coil, and you're getting nothing but dry hits. So yeah, so that's coil life. Speaking of coils, I'm planning to begin rebuilding my coils. I've ordered this week some 26 gauge camphor wire to use with my Yule Crown RBA head, and I will need to give a go with my Smock Baby Beast RBA head, because the coils that come pre-installed in that, they were nasty. I mean, I got nothing but dry hits, and I read a load of reviews and people getting the same, but I've just literally not paid any attention to it since. I've just been using the stock coils that I had loaded up, and if I can get that working, that'll save some money, because those Smock coils are not cheap, and they don't do packs of 5. It's all packs of 3. Remember, it was packs of 5s when I last purchased some, but from what I can tell now, it's packs of 3, and that's for the baby beast and the big baby beast. God knows what the new coils they're doing for their new tanks are. I can imagine they're not cheap. I mean, the Cleto coils and the Cleto 120 coils, you can pick them up for about a pack of 5 for a tenner. So, but eventually I'll be getting the Cleto and the Cleto 120 RB heads, and hopefully rebuilding all my atomizers, and yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll be trying to get some build videos in as I get some more experience, because I mean, I've got somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I've got somewhere the Vandy Vape mesh RDA, and I mean that's quite simple to do, to be honest. I mean, you just literally like put the mesh in the deck and then flop it over the cotton and then put it in the other side of the deck. But that can still take a bit of getting used to. But I use that quite a bit. It's not too bad. I mean, I must say the only problem with the drippers is you got to constantly drip the cotton, and I just have no patience to do that. But I'm looking into getting some RTAs in the future. I'm looking at the Vandy Vape Berserker. I've seen the glowing reviews for that. So I'll be looking to do some. I'd like to do a mouth to long RTA actually, because I mean I've got the nautilus coils in the Beyond Vape Solo, but yeah, they're good. But I mean they're quite old. I mean they cost pittance to buy replacements for them, and you've got so many different options. I think the ones current are going, I think they go up to about 11 watts, they say on the side of the coil, but this does not taste decent. You don't get that strong, nice tobacco flavour until at least 15 watts. But if I drop that down to 11, you start to lose the flavour. But what I don't get about this coil, it says up to 8 to 11 watts, but it's a 1.8 ohm coil, and from what I've seen on the website, that's good up to 23 watts. But whether they've just put it there so that people don't over rev the thing and destroy the coils a bit more. But 16 watts isn't too bad. But I must say, I've been using this all weekend, and I expect it to happen this week. I've got nothing but vapor's tongue off it this weekend. I've been using it for 4 days straight. I've got nothing but vapor's tongue, so it's pretty good to like come back to like either the Cleto 120 or the Crown, the Euro Crown SC1 with some different flavours. It just get me taste buds back. But yeah, so that's the subject of coils and rebuilding. Also, I'm still doing my flavour concentrates. This week I've actually ordered some mint chocolate flavour concentrates and also some caramel flavour concentrates. Now, I know that chocolate and caramel especially, I mean, I'm not going to be able to try these for weeks, because I think the steeping times I've read and heard is about a month. But what I might do is I might just make a batch just to see how good the texture is from a shake and vape, and then stick the rest in a cupboard and leave it there for a month, and hopefully come a month later I'll be able to finally try a decent chocolate flavour and a decent caramel flavour. Because I remember when I first started vaping a couple of years ago, there was a vape shop selling liquid. So when you start off, you go into a vape shop, you end up buying yourself, I think it was the E-Leaf Istick 30 watt, which come with a Nautilus mini as a starter kit, which I think was around 70 quid. 70 quid for a Nautilus mini and an Istick 30 watt. I mean, I think this was 2014, 2015. I think it come with like, I think it was 3 10ml bottles for £10. I think the flavours I bought was like caramel. I think it was 3 bottles of caramel, to be honest, and they were 24 milligram strength. And God knows what was in them, because I have never seen liquid that dark and that thick. When I first thought, I thought, good grief, this is what that vaping's all about, dark, horrible looking liquid. And then I think I used it, and it was, I mean, you could taste the texture of the nicotine. There was that much in it. I mean, that must have rinsed, destroyed coils for that nautilus. I mean, I put that nautilus through its paces with that stuff. But I mean, back then, I weren't reading the reviews, and I weren't doing online shows. I was just, just trying to come off the cigarettes. So yeah, I was an idiot back then. I mean, I remember I had, was it? I mean, it was a Clito, and I was putting 24 milligram strength nicotine in the Clito. Wondering why I was getting spit back, wondering why I was coughing my guts up, and of course, back then I didn't know what sub-ohm vaping was. I thought it was just, vaping was vaping. I remember I was putting it on my nautilus, and I remember thinking, why the heck am I getting no battery life out of this thing? It was working fine on the nautilus. So then I think I moved up to, I think it was the Kangatech sub box, where you had to like buy an 18650 battery, and I thought back then, I was like, what kind of cheap rubbish is that, where you got to buy a battery? And I think I destroyed that, I think, by using rubbish, horrible juice that you're buying cheap off some random shop in your high street. But then I moved on to, I think it was the Istick Coolfire 4 Plus with the Istick iSub Apex kit. And I remember that was a good device. I discovered a shop that was selling mint chocolate at a 70-30 mix, and back then it was 10 bottles for I think 15 quid, and it was the only flavour, the only strength they had, it was zero nicotine, so I was getting pure flavour, no nicotine at all, and I was wondering why I was constantly losing my bloody temper. But yeah, so I was using that for a bit, and I remember I just stopped vaping completely. I don't know, I mean, I can't remember if I went back on the cigarettes, but I just stopped vaping completely, left it all, just put it in a bag in this spare room actually. I mean, this is my gaming room as well. Sometimes I have it downstairs, but half the time I get shoved off to, so people can watch TV basically. So I use it on my monitors. And then I remember bunging the bag in the loft, funny enough, and then when we come to get some stuff down for I think Christmas a couple of years ago, my wife was saying, there's a lot of liquid on the floor, what's that? I was like, oh god. So we went up, had a look. I realised I obviously didn't screw the lids on my liquids a bit more. So I'm talking, it went on my my Istick 30, wrecked completely from the liquid. My Coolfire wrecked completely from liquid, and the Kanga tank was completely destroyed from liquid. I mean, it didn't even. I mean, I tried to dry them all out in rice. No, it didn't work. So I threw. I mean, that was probably a good couple of £100 worth of stuff back then. Had to throw it away. So then I didn't vape for a good couple of years. And then I remember I was just in town getting my haircut, funny enough, and I don't know where it is, but and I walked past the shop where I got the original iStick from, and they were having some, like they usually do in high street shops, special deal to get people on a starter kit, and if I could remember, I remember walking out with the Fumitech TC 45 watt device with I think it was the Aspire Nautilus X. So a couple of years ago, I was just, as soon as I got out of the shop I was using it, and so I was using that for a bit. I mean, I've not used it for ages and it's still on. I've not charged it for I think a good 6 or 7 months and it's still on its last charge. So I was using that for a bit, and then like all the time you come to a point where you think, oh, I want something new. So I think I purchased at that point There was another shop that I think it was just when the Aspire Archon was released. And I think there was a shop selling it just on its own with two 18650 batteries, and I think these are the these are the ones that come with it. And I thought this was a brilliant mod. I mean, it's just I mean, it feels quite flimsy, but I mean, this has been dropped multiple times, and not once has it's smacked. Not once has it stopped working. Obviously, it's got a magnetic cover, top like that. Change the batteries out. The only thing is, as you can see in most videos, there is a little bit of overhang, but I do generally believe that this was designed for. This was definitely designed, I think, for the Aspire Cleto, especially if you've got the old fishbowl glass on, 5 mil capacity. Still gets through liquid like nobody's before. I mean, I generally think it gets liquid faster through the 5, especially the Cleto at 70 watts than the actual Cleto 120, which I don't get, because the Cleto 120 you probably go up to 150 watts. I think the most I've done on the Cleto 120 is 120 watts, but do you know what? I feel brave, and if this kills my throat, then that's my own bloody fault. Let's try and do the Cleto 120 at 150 watts, just to see if you can. I mean, this could backfire completely, and I could destroy my 3-month-old coil that it refuses to die on me. That is a hot vape, 100, but still some flavour. Nope, doesn't smell burnt. Very hot vape though, so I think I'll rev that down back to 100 watts where it's supposed to be. Yep, you can get a Cleto 120 to 150 watts. But that is a very hot vape for that temperature. Or that power, I should mean. But yeah, I definitely think the Archon was designed to go with the Cleto. Then I think after that I moved on to, I think it was the Smock Alien, which I loved. I mean, it come with the Baby Beast tank, which I think is a great tank. It just 3 mil capacity back then. Those Smock tanks ate through juice like nobody's business. I was constantly refilling that thing, and I've got the I have the big Baby Beast, but I don't know what it is about that tank, but the flavour is so muted compared to the Cleto, even compared to the Baby Beast tank. There's something about it, I don't know what it is, whether it's the design of the tank, it's a very muted flavour compared to what those tanks and even its little brother can accomplish, and I don't understand why. But yeah, so I started off with that. That lasted about a good 6 months, and then one day I put some batteries in it, and next thing you know, the whole thing just started smoking like a grenade. So I threw it out the window. I literally threw it out the window, and then I think by that point the battery door had come loose and the batteries had fell out. So that got immediately chucked away. I think I got in touch with the shop where I bought it from. They didn't want to know, said it was outside the 6-month warranty. So after that I was like, right, I'm not buying another Smock mod at all. And by which point, that point of time, I think the Wismet Predator had just been released. So I purchased that off, I think it was Istick 1. That worked for about a couple of months, well, quite a few months actually. I think it lasted almost a year. And then, as you know in the previous video, the firing button just literally crapped out on me. I tried to fix it, broke it even more. So, and yeah, so that was my device history. It sounds hilarious, but I seem to have had no problems when it comes to like Aspire devices, e-leaf devices. So I think I definitely will probably stick with them. I think my next purchase, you can't hear me, will probably be the Aspire Speeder in the white and gold because, oh my god, that looks nice. It looks beautiful. I'd be interested to see if it looks as beautiful as that, because I think that white, oh, it's so shiny, it's so metally. Really heavy though. I can't believe how heavy. I mean, compared to, where is it? I say that's heavier than that. I mean, that's 3 batteries and that's 2, but that feels so much heavier than the 200 watt Istick. But you could tell it's made so well. I mean, I think both of them are using Joytech chips, and it's just a great mod that I was so happy that I picked up. So I think my next purchase will be either the Spider Speeder. There's been a couple of other devices I've been looking at. I think the iJoy Captain, that looks nice, but I don't think I'll be buying another Wismec or a Spock, that's for sure. But to be honest, I'll probably just stick to the brand that seems to be working for me at the moment. Not to say that either four of these mods could literally die on me, and it probably would change my opinion. But at the moment, that seems to be working. Well, I've got a lot of juice to get through, which is good, really, because I definitely would say making your own juice is the way to go. I haven't started toying around with nicotine yet. I'm starting to. I want to get my levels of competency with just making zero nic juices at the moment, just so that when I do add nicotine, it's not gonna taste like shit. But at the moment, I mean, the flavours that I have made, I mean, they're quite simple flavours. You've got Donut King, that's just literally 20 mils of that, 80 mils of VG in a 100ml bottle, and shake and vape, give it about an hour, give it a night to steep a bit, and then it's in your Clito, 120. Good. Boy, that is a good flavour. That's probably one of the best donut flavours I've tried. The other flavour I made, I've probably not got much of it left actually. Where is it? Ah, there it is. One. Ah, there you go. I think this was Vapables concentrate for strawberry milkshake, and I thought it was going to be the McDonald's milkshake that I'd tried from V-Juice, but it wasn't. It tastes like a strawberry Muller Light yogurt, and oh god, it's good. It is really good. I need to top up in here actually, because that's going to dry burn if I don't top that up. So what I do, oh, need to make some more of this, I'm running out. And yes, so before you say anything, yes, I am using the vape bands that come with the Clito, because everybody rips into them when you first get them, but I don't know why. I always think they look cool. I'm even using the little rubber top cap you get to go over the top. Yeah, it's like a Muller Light yogurt. It is very good, because I love Muller Light yogurts. I think they're probably one of the best yogurts you can get. And the strawberry one is probably one of my favourites. I mean, at first when I realised it wasn't the Max Shake that you can get in most shops, I was like, ah, oh. But then I got a taste of Muller yogurt, and I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. That's what you want. I mean, it's a very good cure for vapor's tongue, especially when you like I said earlier, especially when you've been on the tobacco flavours all week. and like you could taste a little bit of tobacco, and your taste is gone from just doing nothing but tobacco flavours. And you come back and you get your other flavours out, and especially your fruity flavours, your sweet flavours, your milkshake flavours, and it just just so good. I mean, that's as you can see, that's a very consistent, dense flavour, and that is literally just 20 mils of the concentrate and 80 mils of VG. And I think that was also a shake and vape. I literally just shaked it, filled the glass up, and away it was gone. And obviously, you can get flavours that will probably need to be in the cupboard for 2 months before they work well. Um, Especially stuff like like a biscuity flavour, like if you're trying to make a cheesecake. I remember I got like a little free 10 ml bottle of New York cheesecake concentrate and made like a little batch, and that was in the cupboard for months. And even with all the following, the little tips to get it to come through, I just got nothing but the pastry. Which, don't get me wrong, I love pastry, but when you want it to come through and you want both flavours to hit at the same time, I really hope the chocolate flavour is going to work out well, because there's going to be nothing worse than you're getting too much menthol, you're too much mint, you can get a little, or you're getting too much chocolate. I think I don't know if I've still got it. I remember a couple of years ago I bought from a shop, but it was a chocolate and mint flavour e-juice. It was just when the TPD was, or whatever it's called now, was coming into effect. They were getting rid of all their flavours. And it was 30 mils of this chocolate, mint chocolate flavour. I think it was 12 mil. And I put it in my tank. Used it, and it was vile. It was disgusting. I don't know why I've still got it, really. I should have thrown that away. But so I'm hoping this concentrate will work, because there's nothing better than having a real nice chocolatey mint flavour. The caramel flavour I'm hoping will be nice, but I'll be trying to do some research on what mix to make that at. I know that's probably going to need steeping for quite a while. So yeah, I might try and do some videos where I mix them up. I'm hopefully going to be purchasing some juice soon to do some juice reviews. But yeah, so some big plans. Obviously, this week is the Istick challenge. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of the Sunday supplement with Robbo Vapes. See you soon. Robbo Vapes out.